Hello there everybody, this is General Snivy and welcome back to more of the Persona 5 Royal playthrough. I know it's been roughly 2 weeks since our previous session. Well, what can I say? I've been very busy, and as you've probably seen, I've been shifting this game and Banjo-Kazooie speedruns around and alternating them between one week versus another because just over the past few weeks, I'm only able to stream like once a week if I'm lucky. However, last week was the exception where I actually managed to stream twice last week. But regardless though, hopefully this doesn't keep up for too much longer. But anywho, time to get back to work. Anywho, last session we found out that the famous, or rather infamous, artist Madarame has been plagiarizing a lot of his students' work. In fact, all of it. And Yusuke being the latest victim. Yusuke, of course, denies this, thinking that his sensei can't do no wrong and that's just baseless rumors and a bunch of bull. But, anywho, in today's session, we're going to pull that sheet over or off of Yusuke's head, show him the true form of Madarame, and maybe he'll even join us. But who knows? All we know, he could always turn tail and run or go to the police. Worst case scenario, am I right? But regardless though, it's time to get moving.
Alright, let's do this.
What the hell? The hell? How are we supposed to get past this huge hole in the... Calm down. Look at where the security guard is walking. He's walking on air. It's a play on perspective, and due to the way the camera angle was, it looked like it was just a giant hole, but in actuality, it's nothing. It's just a regular old everyday floor, unless you're playing Donkey Kong 64, in which case the floor doesn't exist. Regardless though, I figure I'd throw it out there. Goodbye.
Okay.
Time to keep moving on. Apologies for cutting that off, but An was making a comment about us going into the women's bathroom. But one thing to remember, this is the metaverse, and anything goes in the metaverse, so bleh! I can't believe I'm in here. And I think this is only possible if An is in the active party. Which, yeah, you should have her in the active party regardless.
Show me your true form.
I'ma start blasting. Bye-bye. Apologies for the noise, my chair has been sinking. Maybe it's because I weigh so much, who knows. The chair's supposed to hold up to 500 pounds, but usually those claims are far from the truth, and in actuality, they can only hold roughly 450. Or even a little less. Don't get me wrong, I don't weigh that much. Yeah, I am over 400 pounds, but not anything too crazy.
Nice work, team.
I still want to lose this weight, though.
Alright.
Let's move on.
Focus. No match for me.
Sure thing, Ryuji. Sure thing. Huh? Is this? Intruders in the second exhibition room! Apprehend them at once! Crap! Let's get out of here fast! Which way's the exit? I wouldn't say we need to get out of here per se, but let's clean everyone out. They can't give chase if there are no witnesses. Am I right? Alright. Goodbye. Man, I love disaster shadows. They act like a pocket C4. One thing I will mention here is your party's comments on the battles that they win. I believe it's determined based on how many turns it takes to defeat a series of enemies. If you finish them off within like the first turn or two, then the party will comment that the enemy was really weak. However, if it takes more than 5 turns, then I believe they'll say something like, that was a workout, or something like that. Basically, the longer the battle goes on, the more concerned everyone will be. Oh look, the electric thing's deactivated now. This should let us move forward. Nice work, Joker. Also, this button's really easy to miss. It blends in quite well with the environment, and even during my most recent playthrough of this game, yeah, that kind of threw me through a little bit of a loop, but eventually I found it. After running around like a headless chicken for like 3 minutes. Also, before we move on, there is something worth looking into in here. First being this asshat. Say goodnight. Lend me your power. Just because I'm on my knees doesn't mean you won. I can still fight. Well, I guess that's not gonna work, so time to die. Well then, that sucked. Cool. Zap. If an all-out attack fails to kill an enemy, then they will get back up on their feet like nothing ever happened. So that's something to keep in mind. Especially on Merciless. If this happens and you still have a few attacking turns yet, then it's a good idea to try to inflict a status element on an enemy. That way you can get some technical damage in and maybe be able to knock them down, or at the very least deal a ton of damage before proceeding. Just saying. Hello, what do we have here?
Madarame's will seeds. Let's take it.
Indeed. You can never go wrong with taking will seeds from people. Just saying. There we go. There's our first will seed.
Our first will seed of the palace. Let's keep searching the area.
So, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is when it comes to the will seed rooms and stuff of that nature, before you grab the will seed, you could probably hear all the different thoughts of which the palace ruler is thinking. So, that's pretty interesting. Although I really just, I see the will seed, I want to get it. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I don't really pay attention too much to the smaller details.
This feeling.
Hold on, Joker. Do you think that shiny bulletin board over there is kind of suspicious?
This is amazing.
Whoa, it's even goldier than the rest of the museum. It definitely looks like something important would be hidden away in there.
Let's go.
Let's go find out. Whoa, it really opened up. Of course. Why wouldn't it? Although, this is a problem.
Are these infrared lasers? There's no way we can get past them.
This level of security only proves there's something worth protecting up ahead.
Wait, there's something written on the sign. All personnel, this door can only be opened via the security room that lies beyond it. Please be cautious, as it is impossible to open from the outside.
So, it's never gonna open? How are we supposed to get past?
Wait, that door. I think I've seen that pattern somewhere. Oh, right. There's no mistaking it. That's the same door I saw earlier. Guys, let's head back.
Huh? Why?
I think I know what real-world door that's based on. There may be another way to open it. In any case, I'll explain later. Come on, let's go.
I suppose we should listen to Morgana for the time being. I mean, he is a very wise cat. And don't call him a cat, otherwise he'll flip his shit. Let's go home for today. We can come back once we hatch the plan. So thankfully there is a safe room like right here, which we could very easily fast travel to and from. Which...
Oh, a new safe room.
Okay, what I was trying to lead off of is that at this point we have come across our first roadblock. There are only a few palaces that have these kinds of roadblocks, and Madarame's palace is one of them. If I recall correctly, I believe there are 2 more palaces in this game that have roadblocks like this. But for the most part, it's really nothing to worry about, so long as you plan your routing properly. I mean, if you take too long to even get to these roadblocks, oh sweet Jesus, you're gonna be in a world of hurt. Especially when you're pressed for time. Just saying, it ain't fun. But for now, let's head on out of here.
Well then.
We should leave and try to discharge or disengage the courtyard security. Actually, before we go, I feel like there's something I need to take care of in the Velvet Room.
Something.
Then again, maybe it's too early to do this. But I feel as though Justine and Caroline are going to grant us something pretty cool. It seems you've gotten used to coming here. You must surely be accustomed to infiltrating palaces by now. Somewhat. Regardless, you have yet to obtain a truly acceptable number of personas. This is not the full potential of the Paladin wild card. I suppose this is a prime opportunity to help further your rehabilitation along. Don't worry, this assignment is not mandatory. Think of it almost as a test of strength. What's this assignment?
Now.
We will have you bring us the mask we specify. You just gotta show us the persona we ask for. First off, we would like you to bring us a Jack Frost. That's too easy, Justine. It should be a challenge. I wanted to have Mabufu too.
Listen up, inmate.
You got that, inmate? Bring us a Jack Frost with Mabufu. That doesn't sound perverted at all. Very well, we ask for a Jack Frost with Mabufu. Please speak to us again when you have it. This will not be mandatory for your rehabilitation, but you will be handsomely rewarded for it. I encourage you to at least try your hand at this. So, at this point now, upon entering the first roadblock of Madarame's palace and returning to the entrance, you will be able to start a new confidant. However, this particular confidant is the most unique out of all the confidants in the game. Or at least one of the most unique.
I'll just add this.
You know what, let's go ahead and save. Just in case I screw something up. So, in order to start this new confidant, what we need to do is engage in this special assignment. You can do this by bringing Justine and Caroline the personas of which they request. And not only this, but they also have to have the specific ability, which is a lot easier said than done. However, if you've done the quest line, or at least started it on your prior playthrough, then if you have enough yen in your pocket, then you will be able to fully maximize this confidant immediately. Well, not immediately per se, but you get my point. Alright, let's see, can we...
Will this truly help you?
No. Not doing that. Can we do anything with Succubus? So, when it comes to these, rare personas, if you fuse them with other personas, you'll be able to transfer over not only their you'll be able to transfer over any and all of these abilities. So long as you have the open slots for it. Just keep in mind you still have to make a choice.
Will this truly help you?
Okay, that's not gonna work.
You okay with this?
This ought to work pretty well. So let's go ahead and
You'd like to inherit.
let's take a look here. Strengthens magic skills, targeting all foes by 20%. You know, that's actually not a bad trait to have. But other traits we have on offer are Skillful Combo, Intense Focus, Skillful Technique, and Crisis Control. Let's see. Increase technical damage by 25%. That's actually a really damn good skill for Merciless. Or a good trait, rather. So really, not bad. You know what? Let's go for Skillful Technique. Although, I don't really have any abilities that will utilize it, so let's just go with the original. This'll work. Also, we do have the ability Life Drain for one of our sacrificed personas here. What I classify this as, it's not really all that useful. It honestly isn't. Yeah, it's almighty, but even so, it's just not very good. At least in my honest opinion. What it does is that it will drain some HP from a foe, but it won't drain very much, which is really unfortunate. But alas, it is what it is. So the reason why I'm using a new persona here is... The reason why I'm doing that is so that way I have an open slot for the assignment. So let's go ahead and fuse this guy and have some fun. And as I've mentioned previously, I have pretty much completed the entirety of the compendium, but I have not done so on this file. Not yet. Thankfully, I know which personas I'm missing to an extent. Which I can't really make yet, but I'm sure there's a way we can fix this. So for now, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and register some new personas. A third. No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Okay. Now then. Now it's time to summon our persona of choice. If you're doing this via a New Game Plus playthrough, sort the personas by ABC, and then scroll up and select the persona you wish. Which, at this point, they're requesting a Jack Frost. So we're going to need to scroll down to J, and here we are. Here's Jack Frost, and it has Mabufu. So let's withdraw. And like I said, this is expensive to do. I would recommend having at least 1.5 million yen, especially if the persona level of which they request is exceedingly high. So let's go ahead and head back, now with Jack Frost in hand, and speak to the wardens.
Do you need something?
Let's check the status on the Pental Labor.
No.
And we'll verify the status of your Pental Labor. That persona! Hey, sit right there!
It seems you brought the specified persona. Huh. Fine, I'll take it. By the way, your personas are super weak. Not that I'm surprised, inmate. Though I guess you deserve at least some praise for finishing your penal labor. You might actually complete your rehabilitation. In order to promote that process, we would like to offer you the use of a new facility. It's rare to see you smile, Justine. You are the smiling one, Caroline. Did something happen to make you so joyful? Me?
You have a cute smile.
Know your place, inmate.
As wardens, we simply feel satisfaction in seeing your rehabilitation progress. That is the extent of it. I find it upsetting that you would see such a matter as a source of amusement. It's like you forget where you are, inmate. You've got some real guts, though. With that spirit, you should have no trouble making progress. Very well, then. If you have the will to continue your penal labor, we can grant you greater freedom within this prison. It is a deal between us, the wardens, and you, the inmate. Not like you have the right to turn it down, though. Hard work is what you're meant to do, inmate.
Cool. We made a deal with the wardens, Justine and Caroline.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the Strength persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
And there we go. The Strength Confidant is established. And upon doing so, we'll get access to the group Guillotine. Allows you to fuse 3 personas to create powerful ones.
All right.
And there's more to it as well. More on this in a bit. For now, let's move on.
Now, it's time for your next task. Farewell.
We request an Ame no Yuzune, god damn it, with Frey. Please come talk to us again once you have it.
Hey,
You get how to do it now? Then stop wasting time. Just hurry up and finish the task at hand, inmate.
oh,
Oh, that's...
it would seem...
It seems you have brought us an Azuno Uzume with Frey. Lol. Very well, your assignment's done. I thought I'd have to talk to them again, but thankfully that's not the case. It is commendable that you have chosen to work so diligently towards your rehabilitation. I guess at least you got the will to work. Of course. Don't give me that smug attitude. This is your duty, inmate. That said, you have completed the task surprisingly easily.
Yeah.
You might actually be worth our time after all. Justine, tell him his next task. It's on that list, correct? Indeed. Now then, I will assign you your next task. Be aware that the tasks on this list will increase in difficulty as we go. Are you prepared? Of course. How admirable. Cool. Nice. Level 2 already. That's what I like to see. Once again, we would like to bestow you a new privilege upon you. However, it is exceedingly powerful. We ask that you fulfill another task before receiving it. Life isn't gonna just hand you success.
Farewell.
Now, I will assign you your next task.
Now,
Try to harbor flowers with a Takurukuja, whatever. You only need to speak with us once you obtain it. We will be able to tell.
hey,
Got it? A flowers with the skill bibbidi bobbidi boo. Okay. So, once you turn in your assigned personas, you have 2 options. You can choose to keep, or more or less, you can keep that persona with you, or you can discard it. Discarding it doesn't really benefit you much at all in this game, but even so, we gotta make open slots for these assignments. So, what was the monster we need again? Or demon? Okay, Florus. So, the reason why Justine and Caroline's Confidant are the most unique in the entire game is because, unlike all other Confidants, this one does not pass time in order to progress it. So long as you complete the assignment, then you'll level up that confidant no matter what. And there are no notes or choices whatsoever for dialogue options that will grant you additional confidant points, as that does not apply to Justine and Caroline. And their farewell gifts are as follows. We of course have Group Guillotine. We also have Lockdown. Allows you to leave a persona to learn an attribute resistance. More on this in a little bit. Special Treatment allows you to pay a lot of money to create personas of a higher level. Guillotine Booster increase the possible fusions of personas in the Group Guillotine. And VIP Treatment reduces the amount of money needed for Special Treatment. So in other words, the Special Treatment, what this does is that if a persona is of a higher level than Joker's current level, you will be allowed to fuse that persona. However, depending on the strength differences between you and that persona, you will have to pay a very hefty sum of yen in order to fuse that persona, which is pretty commonplace when you're using the Group Guillotine option for fusing personas. VIP Treatment will reduce the amount of money required by a pretty considerable amount. However, I don't know how much of a reduction this is. If I have to guess, it's probably 25 to 50%. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it's 50%. It's probably within the 25% area. I don't know for sure. I don't read into the code, so I can't say for sure. So, let's go ahead and pull ourselves another persona.
Justine, registration?
No, not that one. Okay, it's an F. Ars? Or Flaris?
This persona?
I think this is it.
Required. This is your power.
Here we go. So,
Done already?
as far as the new option is concerned, I believe we will be getting this upon doing this particular part of the labor.
Now. Oh, indeed.
Okay, on to the next assignment. After this.
See?
You're getting better than I thought, Inbate. I was thinking you'd just give up straight away.
Yes.
It is to be expected of the human our master saw potential in. You're dedicated, I'll give you that. Just keep it up, alright? I understand. That is a fine attitude to have. Talk's cheap, though. You're gonna have to put your money where your mouth is. Quite literally. I gotta say, Justine, it's an accomplishment that he hasn't thrown in the towel yet. How so? That task list you wrote, it's not only keeping him on his toes, but helping him improve too. I am not the one who wrote it. I have always assumed it was you.
Excuse me?
What? I don't know anything about that thing. I suppose now that I consider it, that list is far too precise for you to have written it. Quiet! You don't need to say that. But, wait, who wrote it then? It wasn't our master, was it? No, I have not heard him mention anything of the sort. How long have we had this list? Is something wrong?
Shut up!
Don't read too much into this. Just keep quiet and focus on finishing your tasks, inmate. Caroline, should we consult with our master about this? All our master told us All our master told us to do is oversee the rehabilitation, and it's our duty to follow orders. We shouldn't waste his time on something this pointless. Indeed, it does not matter who conceived the list.
Hey, inmate!
Now, quit prying, inmate. Got that?
Yes.
Of course, we will continue to offer benefits to you if you can further fulfill our tasks. All that we ask of you is to work hard in the duty you are assigned. We shall do the same. Coolio. So, upon reaching Strength Confidant rank 3, we get ourselves the ability Lockdown. It allows you to leave a persona to learn the attribute Resistance, which I have gone over as one of the farewell gifts, but now we can go into more detail in a few moments. For now, let's move on. As promised, I have granted you an ability that will prove greatly beneficial. You may now place a persona into lockdown and train it to learn new skills. While you're lazily wasting away, your persona is gonna grow all on its own. Talk about hospitality. Anyway, time for your next task. According to the list, it's, what is it, Justine?
No.
The next task is...
Farewell.
Please bring us a phoenix with counter. Speak to us again once you have obtained it. One more thing, the next privilege we provide for you will unlock great power. Therefore, we will need you to fulfill 2 more tasks before we can hand it over to you. The world's not so easy, is it? First up, bring us a phoenix that has counter.
No.
As always, speak to us once you have obtained it. We know if the deed is done. Am I clear? Yes. I believe you. So, training personas is rather interesting.
I'll take care of them.
You can toss one of your personas in a cell and we'll give it some special attention to help it grow. You can only lock up one persona at a time though. And while it's locked up, you won't be able to use it in battle or fusions if you forget that. It's all on you. As the days pass, your persona will grow stronger and learn a new resistance. That's not all. If you make sure to burn some incense, the persona will grow even more. If you want more details than that, you'll have to ask later. For now, get a persona into lockdown. What? You don't have any incense of your own? Fine, I'll give you this one, but that's it. No more freebies after that. Now, pick a persona to lock up, then burn the incense. You'll see the effects in only a couple of days. So, here's how it works. First, we train the persona by selecting the persona of choice. So in this instance, I'm going to lock up Izagami no Okami Pikaro. Why? Because I feel like it. So, upon selecting the persona of choice, we will be given the option of whether or not to burn an incense. So, let's do so.
Which incense are you gonna light?
We're going to go ahead and do this one.
I'll put this incense in there with them.
Yes. And before we,
Gonna light some incense?
actually, before we continue, when it comes to locking up and training personas, honestly, this feature is really only useful for early game, as its primary focus is just to increase the stats of some of your personas. However, later in the game, we'll be able to do this in a more efficient way. But for now,
Gonna light some
incense and
incense are you gonna light?
locking personas up like this, honestly, is not a bad idea. However, the secondary function is granting a persona a resistance attribute. So if a persona is weak to a certain ailment or element, then locking up a persona in lockdown like this, they may develop a resistance skill for it. So that's actually pretty good.
Incense in there with them. Get over here.
There we go. Alright, with that done, all you gotta do now is wait. But don't leave it alone for too long. The persona is part of your heart. If it stays away from you for too long, it could disappear. We'll give you a single warning before it happens, but after that, it's entirely on you. This is absolutely true, and it's very easy to forget, oh, we have a persona in lockdown. So, yeah, if you wait too long, then that persona will disappear. So, before you even start the lockdown, see if that persona can be registered in the registry, register that persona, and then afterwards put it in lockdown. That way, if you end up forgetting that persona, you can easily pull it back out of the compendium and try again. So be sure to keep this in mind. And you can also look at additional explanations on training personas and stuff of that nature, if you so wish. And you may be wondering, how do we get our hands on incense? Well, they're not exactly easy to get in this game. They can drop from enemies, but they're very rare. But there is a way we can purchase incense. But honestly, like I said, the only reason you would want to use the whole lockdown thing is just to raise a specific stat and to train an additional resistance if you so wish. But again, not really all that good, all things considered, especially when it comes to a future activity later. Alright, let's see. Who do we need to summon again? Oh yeah, it's Phoenix. Phoenix Wright. Okay. Let's go and summon. Wait, do I have the room?
You can hold no more personas.
Okay.
Are you finished? What?
There is one thing I will mention here, and that is, if you hear any sort of noise going on right now, I do apologize. What's happening here is the lawn mowing people are here. They've been here since early this morning and have been mowing the lawn since. So, yeah. Okay, let's go and summon the Phoenix. By the way, if you're looking on a guide of how to set up these personas and make them in the first place, I may leave a link to a YouTube video on the Strength Confidant and how to complete it. So, that's something to keep in mind. Oh, and by the way, we haven't really gone over the new Advanced Fusion option. So, Advanced Fusion, how this works is you are given a list of personas that you can make. And depending on how far you are along the Strength Confidant quest line, you'll be able to sacrifice up to a maximum of 3 personas to make a brand new persona. And some of these personas that are required for sacrifice, you may see a yen symbol next to them. What this means is that you not only have to have the required slots to be able to bring forth that persona, but you also have to have the required amount of yen to summon them in the first place. Not only this, but if that persona is stronger than Joker, then you also have to stack on top of that the fee for being able to make that persona in the first place. And eventually, as the Strength Confidant increases, we'll be able to make more and more powerful personas. Some of the best in the game, mind you, including the almighty Sentinel, or Sentinel. You may also notice Izagami no Okami and Izagami no Okami Picaro here as well. These two are DLC personas, and you can technically make them, but pulling them from the compendium is honestly a better idea in the long run. At least in my opinion. But how you go about getting them is entirely up to you. So, when it comes to Sentinel, this guy will not show up on your first playthrough. You have to play through and complete the game first, and by that I mean unlock the game's true ending. Whether it be the absolute true ending or the original game's true ending. Regardless, when you start a New Game Plus run, you will be able to get access to Sentinel. So in order to make Sentinel, aka one of the most powerful personas in the game, you need Arsene, Anzu, Ishtar, Michael, Satan, and Lucifer. And let me tell you folks, getting the personas required to even make these super powerful freaks of nature, it ain't easy, and it's a bit of a head scratcher trying to figure out what is needed to make which persona, and how do I fulfill the requirements and all that other jazz. It's a pretty big pain in the ass. But, all in all, it is worth it in the end. And also, one more thing as well is some of these personas you can't really make until you max out certain confidants. So, let's say for example, Satan. You're trying to make Satan. Well, when it comes to Satan, in order to even be able to make him in the first place, you have to have that particular confidant maxed out. So, yeah. That is a pretty big pain in the pants. But it is worth it in the end, let me tell you. It honestly is.
Finished for now? Done already? What?
Alright. Let's go and progress onward to the next part of the assignment.
It would seem...
Alright, moving on. The inmate has grown considerably since we first met him. True, I guess we gotta at least admit that much. Your personas are starting to get pretty damn strong, too. Is fostering personas truly rehabilitation? What are you saying that for? It is merely a thought I had. Will the inmate truly be rehabilitated if we can help cultivate power within him? Keep it together, Justine. This is a job our master ordered us to do. Or are you gonna try and disobey your orders? That is not what I meant. Don't worry yourself too much over one measly prisoner. All we gotta do is get the most out of his wildcard thing and make him work hard at his tasks. The wildcard? What is it now?
What is the meaning of this?
The more I consider this list, the stranger it seems. Its author must have known that the one carrying out the task would possess the power of the wildcard.
Excuse me?
You gotta be kidding me! How would someone predict that? I mean, even our master didn't know that the inmate had that wildcard thing before we met him. Are you confused?
Shut up!
No one asked you! Either way, this'll get resolved if you just hurry up and finish your rehabilitation already. Justine, give him his next task so he'll quit talking back. Very well. It seems that it is time for us to be serious. Cool. And like I said, when it comes to this particular confidant, so long as you have the cash and created the personas during a prior playthrough, you'll be able to get this done immediately, or... yeah, you'll be able to get this done very quickly in your next playthrough. As previously mentioned, here is the second task you must complete before receiving your reward.
Farewell.
Try to harbor Santanta with a big bit. Okay, you only need to speak to us once you obtain it. Go work up a sweat, inmate. Too late, I already am.
Let's do it.
Okay. We don't need the Phoenix anymore. So let's go ahead and summon our next persona. What was it again?
Done already? What? Do you need something now?
Okay, we need Santanta.
Do you need something?
Alright.
You'd like
Let's
to
go
do
and
something
summon. Here we go.
This persona,
This guy.
you'll grab this is your power.
So, one thing I will mention here is if you worry or worrier of whether or not you're going to accidentally overwrite a required persona for the Strength Confidant, one thing you can do is upon summoning it or upon acquiring that persona yourself, you can lock that persona's registry by pushing the square button. Doing so will make it so that particular persona cannot be registered within the registry unless you re-unlock that persona's entry. Which honestly is not a bad idea. Which, again, if you accidentally overwrite something important, then oh dear, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Do you need something?
Especially for future playthroughs.
Now, it would seem. See? You can do it.
You know, I never thought you'd keep at this even though it's not mandatory. You're pretty interesting, inmate. I must say, as Caroline noted before, this list is quite well thought out. The tasks are designed to push you towards achieving your goals while also measuring your true strength. I guess so.
Hey, inmate!
What are your thoughts on these tasks? They're pretty tough. Such a response is proof that they are the proper difficulty. Oh well, we should give him the next one. Let's see here. Huh? What the? It feels like I've seen the writing on this list before. Do you speak of the penmanship? Yeah. Damn it, I can't remember. Do you recognize it, Justine? Compliment him after he finishes the next task. Don't spoil him, though. Do it just like you practice with a piercing glare and angled hips. Oh, wait! Not that! Those are my notes! No, I mean... It seems you have been rather looking forward to the inmates' visits. Never mind that. I'm talking about the handwriting on the tasks themselves. Stop yanking my chain. Now that you mention it, I do feel as though I've seen that handwriting somewhere before. Can I see?
Excuse me?
Keep your nose out of other people's business, inmate. To be honest, it's the sense of deja vu I feel when reading this list is currently concerning me. Who made this list, and why? What do you mean? The goal is pretty obvious. It's to help train the inmate. Beyond that, though, what exactly is the purpose of training him? Rehabilitation? But that is merely our master's order. Someone other than him wrote this list, correct? Then let's just assume that's some purpose we don't know about. If we're right in this assumption, the purpose will be clear once he finishes the whole list, right?
That is correct.
I suppose you have a point. Hearing something logical from you is like a cool rush of air amidst the sweltering heat of summer. You didn't need to say that! Now then, let us reward you for successfully completing our task. We will now grant you access to the special treatment. We hereby permit you to create personas you wouldn't normally be able to handle. But the catch is, you will still have to pay the price for it. Make sure you use this to the fullest so your rehabilitation comes to fruition. Do not disappoint us. Cool. So, rank 5 grants us the special treatment.
Alright.
Now then, allow me to give you your next assignment. Please note that the next privilege we provide for you will be quite powerful indeed. Therefore, we will require that you complete 3 tasks before you can receive it. Alright, here's task number 1.
Now.
Your next assignment is Nico Shogun with the Decker Jaw. You only need to speak to us once when you obtain it. Bippity boppity boo. What was that again? See if you can live up to our expectations. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and send you to the Shadow Realm. And let's get moving. Next persona on the chopping block.
These are the paths you have walked.
Okay, it was Nico Shogun. I had to think for a moment.
Is this what you want?
So this particular persona can be created through the advanced fusion process, which thankfully I've already made in a prior playthrough quite some time ago.
Done already? What?
Okay. Let's go and raise this up again. Time to max this out. I will verify the status of your penal labor. Oh, good. You're here.
It would seem...
I can sense it within you. And Nico Shogun with Dekaja. Apologies if I'm rubbing my nose a lot. My allergies have been going off over the past few days. It's been driving me nuts. Excuse me. You're really getting the hang of this whole growth thing. What's wrong, Justine? It is nothing vital. However, proceeding over the growth of another feels almost nostalgic in a way. Do you feel the same, Caroline? What do you mean? We've never taken care of someone like this before. You are not wrong about that. And yet, our duty is to aid his rehabilitation aside observing his growth feels oddly familiar.
Excuse me?
That can't be right. The inmate's growth and this rehabilitation are the exact same thing.
Hey, inmate!
The growth you're getting from these tasks is helping with your rehabilitation, right? Probably. See, Justine? They're the same. Is that not something we should judge for ourselves, though? Anyway, Justine, don't forget about our job. The duty we've been handed is all that matters. Don't think about anything else.
Yes.
I suppose you are correct. I guess you're gonna keep worrying about this till the inmate finishes his rehabilitation, huh, Justine? Look at what you've done, inmate. Getting us all wrapped up in your fate. Ugh. Could it be? What's wrong? Nothing. But I believe I am beginning to look forward to seeing whether the inmate can complete his tasks. You heard her. Don't disappoint us, inmate. Indeed. I'll do my best. Even though it's pretty much a guaranteed straight shot to victory. Just saying, because money talks. Okay, on to the next task. Justine?
Farewell.
Yes, here's the second task for you gaining the next privilege that we will grant you. We would like you to harbor Lachius. Okay.
Okay.
Bring us Lachius. You hear? One of those Tetraja. Okay. So, when it comes to this particular Confidant quest line, this is intended to be worked on throughout the course of the game. So in other words, you're supposed to take your time in order to even complete this in the first place. But like I said, so long as you've made these before, and you have the money to spare, then you can complete this as soon as you are about to leave Madarame's palace. Okay. What's it again? Shit. I can't remember. Dang it. Alright, what was it?
Now.
Okay, watch.
Do you need something?
Okay. It's in the L's. Don't give me any L's. Okay. Here we go. I think this is it.
A fee is required. Then accept this persona. Done already? What?
Okay.
Do you need something now? It would seem...
Cool. Looks like you're getting the hang of this. Well, it's another assignment done. Alright, let's keep moving to the next task before things get all messy like last time. No difficult questions, Justine? Just give him his assignment.
Yes.
Understood. Huh? What's with you? You're not usually this cooperative. I have no intention of abandoning my duty, but I would like to know the truth of this situation. After all, we possess a mysterious list which seems to have foretold the current state of affairs. Who wrote it? Why do I recognize the penmanship? Why does observing growth feel nostalgic? And beyond that, what was the true intent of its creator?
Yeah.
I thought I said no difficult questions. To be honest though, I have arrived at a hypothesis. What? You know the answer? We managed the inmate's power via several arcana, which symbolize the mystic nature of this world. In truth, the encounter we share with him is represented by the Strength Arcana. Strength represents great power, a mighty will, and the awakening of the unknown. Sounds about right. Caroline, in our interactions, has the inmate been the only one to have had something awaken within him? Perhaps therein lies the answer. What's that supposed to mean? Ugh, damn it! Why do I feel so weird? Are you guys finished?
Shut up!
Shut up! Shut it, inmate! Can't you see we're in the middle of something? Although, the next task's gonna be the 8th one. There aren't too many left on the list. You've come this far, inmate. I hope you see it through. If you do so, the answer will surely become clear. And, you're more than just some random schmuck to us now. You're the only one who can find the answer we're looking for. You got that, inmate? So, in other words, they seem to be foreshadowing something. I wonder what that could be. Only one way to find out, and that is to progress further within this whole Confidant quest line. Okay, next, you've only got to bring us one more persona before you get another reward.
No.
Now then, I will give you your next assignment. We would like you to harbor a Hector. I can't say the name worth a damn, so I'm not going to even bother trying. Okay. First up, time to summon the Hickory Dickory Dock, and then we'll go bibbidi bobbidi boo. Okay, just... that would be you. Okay. This guy's a pretty expensive persona at level 44.
Are you finished?
But I believe that this is the right one.
Do you need something? No. It would seem...
Cool, we got it. You managed to do all 3 assignments and you didn't once try to give up. Not bad. Not many tasks left. We might be getting close to finding out the hidden goal behind that list. You know, thanks to you, I'm actually starting to look forward to seeing what happens. Your attitude has shifted quite considerably, Caroline. I see now that the harsh mask you wear during the fusion ritual is nothing more than a facade. What? Perhaps in your heart you have longed for the days the inmate would come to fuse the specified personas. That's not true! And what about you, Justine? You've been awfully chatty lately. I suppose you are correct. I've never heard you laugh before, Justine. We have both clearly changed quite a bit recently. Perhaps my hypothesis is true after all.
Yes.
We have thought that if we were able to complete the list, we would bring to light the intent of its creator. We have overseen the inmate, all the while considering the changes that have begun to appear within him. However, can it truly be said that the inmate is truly only one who has changed? The completion of these tasks has also had a great impact on both my consciousness and my memories. No way! Are you trying to say the list isn't supposed to change the inmate, but rather ourselves? I have no proof of that. However, if this list represents the will of our master, why hasn't it fallen into our hands and not remained in his? Very good question there, Justine. This has gotta be some kind of joke. You're telling me somebody made it so they could change us? But why? You okay there? Ugh! What's happening? I can hear a voice in my head. Wait, I recognize this voice. Ugh! Caroline!
What seems to be the matter? You are behaving quite abnormally. Does something trouble you?
Our apologies, Master.
Is the inmate proving to be too horrible a subject for you?
No, the fault does not lie with him. If you must reprimand anyone, let it be us. Caroline.
I see. Very well. Continue onward with his rehabilitation.
Our deepest apologies for that brief loss of composure. Now then, as you have completed 3 tasks, let us bestow upon you the next reward. We will now grant you access to the Guillotine Booster. Think of it as a way to increase the number of personas you can make with the group Guillotine. Plus, now you can perform some extra strong fusions using 5 or 6 personas. You should be able to figure it out with some effort, inmate. I mean, you've come this far, right? We expect that you will put its service to good use. Cool. Only 2 ranks left. Let's max it out, folks. So I guess we've changed, huh? That much is clear. Strength. The 11th Arcana, which evenly splits the major 22. The Awakening of the Unknown. A solitary woman calmly coming to face a lion. Caroline. Let us assign the inmate his next task before we discuss this matter any further. If this list is meant to change us, that change must surely be important. Fine. Alright, inmate, it's time for your next task. Or new task. Oh, and your next reward is going to be incredible. So you gotta do 2 tasks before you can have it.
Listen well.
Accordingly, these next 2 shall be the most difficult you have faced to this point. And also theoretically going to be the most expensive. On to the first assignment before your next and final reward. Try to harbor a bugs with a sarcasm or whatever. So in other words, it's an evil teddy bear. We'll be waiting for you, though I know you won't give up just cause it's hard. Indeed. Excuse me. Alright. Let's go ahead and get rid of you. That way we can summon bugs from the compendium. You can also make bugs from the advanced fusion option as well. It's a level 49 persona. In other words, it's pretty damn powerful. And given our current level, oh boy, it's gonna be uber expensive to summon. And even from the compendium, it's still pretty expensive. So, might as well give it a good old pull. Good old tug, if you know what I mean. Funny enough, Bugs actually has another name in the Shin Megami Tensei series. Why is it called Bugs here is beyond me.
This is your part. Such rudeness. Are you finished? What?
One more thing worth mentioning here is, when it comes to Justine and Caroline's Confidant with the Strength Arcana, you'll only have until roughly December 13th to max this out. And for plot reasons, after that date, you will not be able to progress this Confidant any further. So be sure to keep this in mind. I know I probably should have mentioned that at the very beginning of this Confidant quest line, but it is what it is.
Now, it would seem...
Coolio. You make it seem easy. Well, the assignment is done. Thinking back on our encounters here, we have lost our composure in front of you quite a few times. So, me and Justine had a little talk. I don't know how to put this, but we don't know each other too well, even though we're so close. We have also come to realize that each of us complements the faults of the other quite nicely.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a deep conversation like that with anyone before. Oh, and it made me remember something super important. I bet you want to hear what it is. Isn't that right, inmate? Yeah, I'd like that. Of course you would.
Listen up, inmate.
The thing that I remembered is something someone once told me. You explain it, Justine. Essentially, the 22 Arcana represent a journey. The Fool embarks on a pilgrimage through the numbers, overcoming death and eventually obtaining the world. In short, this journey is the tale of one's path through life. Foreshadowing. So, we realized something. If this wildcard thing, the potential of the Fool, proves that you're a traveler, then your becoming stronger will lead us all in the right direction. That may be the true meaning of rehabilitation, or perhaps it is something beyond even that. Regardless, one thing we have to be sure of is that this list was written with the intent of being completed. Understanding and having faith in that intent is the change this list has brought about in us. Not that somebody like you would be able to comprehend that, but for us, it was something really important to learn. Oh, and I think we might know who that voice in my head was to. I can't tell you right now, though. Why not? First of all, we don't have any way to actually prove it. Secondly, if it is indeed true, everything we have come to know would have been thrown into question. Regardless, we have grown able to reflect on ourselves thanks to you. This may not be something I should be saying to you, but I have quite enjoyed our time spent together. You hear that, inmate? You better overcome this ruined stuff. Keep surviving all the way until we learn the truth together. We vow to do everything in our power to assist you, for the sake of your future and our own. Cool. I will do the same, my friends. I will do the same. I'll fight like I always have. So, there you have it. Don't expect us to play nice just because we believed in you, though. We're going to be as strict as ever.
Farewell.
Now then, it is time I assign you the final task before you receive your immensely powerful reward. And the final task is... For that task, bring us a Seth with high counter. Speak to us again once you have obtained it. That's a Seth, one that knows high counter. You better put everything you got into this, inmate. In other words, this particular persona that we have to summon is a pretty powerful one, and it has to have high counter on it. Regular counter is not going to be enough. It has to have high counter. Nothing else. Lol. It can have other abilities, but it has to have high counter no matter what, though.
You'd read here.
Okay. Let's see. Here we are. Seth. Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane's Cavalcade, a cartoon comedy. Said no one.
Do you need something now? My.
Ah, is that a Seth with the skill high counter?
it! That's the persona we asked for! You really made it? The inmate with all those pitiful personas actually managed this. I guess I can compliment you this time. Well done. You have far exceeded our original expectations. This may not be a proper thing to say to an inmate, but you have done extraordinary work. You're a real handful, but I gotta give you some credit. As for the next task we will assign to you, there is nothing. You have fulfilled every duty available to you. As the ones who rule over power, our role is...
What is it? What's wrong?
Rule over... power. Why did I say that? A voice is echoing in my head. Justine?
Are you okay?
It is nothing. Just my head. These memories. The one who first wrote this list. It was me? Or was it us? Just... what are we?
Foreshadowing.
Are you okay, Justine?
My apologies. Don't worry. This has happened to me too. Inmate, this is all your fault for not keeping your mouth shut!
Too bad.
Caroline, do not shift the blame onto him. Ugh. I hope you know you're a real handful, inmate. But fine. I'll grant you that privilege. We've really gone soft, huh? Perhaps you are too embarrassed to admit how much his concern pleased you.
Ooh.
No! Anyway, we're gonna give you a great ability this time. You're gonna cry tears of joy when you get it. And, inmate, there's no doubt you're a problem child. But honestly, we're real impressed that you conquered all the trials we put forth. You hold a surprisingly great potential. So, fight. I'm sure you'll be able to accomplish anything you put your mind to. And you'd better put a stop to the ruin, okay?
Leave it to me.
Trickster, I believe in you. Prove to us that you can reach the truth. We will be waiting for you.
I feel a strong bond with Caroline and Justine.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of strength, granting thee infinite power.
Even though it's not really infinite. But there we go, folks. Our first fully maxed out Confidant. Rank 10, the Strength Arcana. Upon achieving this rank, we'll get ourselves a new ability, the VIP treatment. Reduces the amount of money needed for special treatment, which I've already gone over as soon as we started this Confidant in the first place, as it was one of those farewell gifts. So, we'll not only earn the maximum amount of XP when fusing the Strength Arcana persona, the Twin Wardens grant us permission to use VIP treatment, and a new fusion is unlocked. We can now fuse Zhao Gongen, the most powerful persona of the Strength Arcana. If you unlocked these personas previously in the prior playthrough, you can still make these, even if you've not maxed out that particular Confidant yet. But again, you have to have at least maxed it out once during a prior playthrough during a New Game Plus run. So keep this in mind.
Be careful not to lose focus. You're still in rehabilitation till you can get out from behind the bars. Got that, inmate?
Indeed I do. So, now that whole assignment is finished, Now we can finally move on to bigger and better things. Let's see if we can make ourselves a new persona that's roughly our level. And it looks like we can. We can make ourselves a Flaris, which we previously pulled before. Okay. Interesting. This is fine.
Great things are possible. Do you wish a fusion greater than your own power?
This persona is too powerful for your current level of strength. However, given your circumstances, I may be willing to expressingly facilitate your rehabilitation. I only ask for 23,743 yen in return. I shall perform the ritual. What are your thoughts? Let's do it.
Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
So, let's go ahead and figure out which thing we're going to be bringing over. The gluten mouth is actually a pretty good trait to have. Increases the amount of HP restored to self by 50%. So let's go ahead and let's see what else we got. You know what, let's just go with this. Actually, no. Let's go with Crisis Control. I think this will work out better. I believe I do have this persona registered, and this is a required persona to register for the Confidant questline of the Strength Arcana. So let's be careful in what we have transferred over.
Its power will be
It seems you have not yet formed a confidant relationship for the Devil Arcana.
Hence, this persona will not gain any extra powers from the fusion. Do you still wish to create it? Yes, please.
Then let us begin.
Also, you may be wondering, why is it that I'm making this persona right now, even though I have it registered in the registry, and I even summoned it before? Well, it's because I wanted to show off the group Guillotine. Or at least the 3 Guillotine variant. Coolio. Alrighty then. That's the group Guillotine.
Gather them.
Not really much different from the regular execution, just with more personas. Obviously, the more powerful it is, the more yen is required to summon it. So, let's say, for example, I want to make Lucifer.
Pretty tough.
This guy is gonna be quite fun to summon.
Great things are possible.
Yeah, it's a level 93, and we need 914,443 yen in order to even make it. Yeah, I have the cash and then some, but I'd rather not. And that would make things a bit too boring too quickly. So
Change your mind?
let's not worry about it.
Are you finished?
So with that, I think we are finished here. Let's go back to the real world and move on with the plot. I've been sitting here for almost an hour and a half with Justine and Caroline's quest line, or more or less their Confidant quest line. So, that's something.
Well,
I think we're almost halfway through. I'm starting to get a faint sense of the treasure near here.
oh,
That means we're at least making some progress, right? Hey, when do you want to come in here next? Let me know when you decide. I'll be waiting.
How are we supposed to get past that door? I don't know. You think there's some kind of off switch somewhere?
looks like this is where I come in.
Mona?
I have a suspicious place in mind. Remember? This shack is the basis for Madarame's palace. I actually scouted it out the last time we were here.
Whoa. So this was your plan from the start?
Correct.
You only
only went scouting because you were bored.
So, where's this suspicious place?
It's on the second floor. I noticed an unnaturally hefty lock on a door up there.
If it's locked, that means there's something in there he doesn't want people to see.
But don't we want to be opening the door in the palace?
Yes. And we're going to do that by opening the real one in front of Madarame's eyes. Basically, we're going to change his cognition that the door is unopenable.
In other words, when we open the one in Madarame's house, that area in his palace will open on its own?
I'm not really getting it. Is that gonna work?
Trust me, there's no chance it won't open. I think. You understand, don't you, Joker?
That I do. It can't hurt to try.
Well, yeah, but...
Why don't you trust me? It's worth a try.
But even then, there's still that hefty lock we have to deal with in reality, right?
That'll be a breeze. Just give me a hairpin and I'll handle it. It will take some time, though. Doing everything by myself in front of Madarame would be impossible. If only there was someone who could distract him for a while.
Where are you going with this?
Oh. Man, how are we even gonna get into his house? We'd get reported for sure if we force ourselves in.
What?
I guess the only way is having you go nude.
Fancy you say that, Ryuji. I was just thinking the same thing.
This isn't funny!
We're not saying you should really get naked.
It's simply the best excuse for you to enter Madarame's house without raising suspicions. So we'd like for you to play the role of decoy, Lady Ann.
This is way too sudden! I mean, I don't even know where the locked door is!
Don't worry, I'll accompany you.
But that's still technically only me! Worst comes to worst, what if I get found out?
We can run into the palace. Or something.
Is that really gonna work? I mean, you're not giving me much confidence in this plan. Do I have to be the bait?
Good luck, on.
Why can't one of you guys go nude?
It ain't what he wants.
Then make it so he does!
All you gotta do is trick Yusuke, have him take you to that room, then just open the door.
You make it sound so easy. But if there's no other way, I don't have a choice. God! Fine, I'll do it. For justice. Seriously, you better pull this off.
If it's for your sake, Lady Ann, I won't stop scratching even if all my claws were to break.
We'll be counting on you, Morgana. Don't let Yusuke notice you, alright?
If he tries to force my clothes off, I'll tear that house down. I'm really gonna lose it if we do all this and the palace door doesn't open. Got it?
We're working to get dirt on that guy's crimes either way. It won't go to waste. Alright, let's get down and dirty tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Earlier the better.
Exactly.
But, will Kitagawa-kun agree?
I don't know, just say something like, I really need it to be tomorrow. That should work, yeah?
This sounds like a plan that could not possibly go wrong in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Leave this to me. I'll get it open right before his eyes. You get in touch with Yusuke? Mm-hmm. He asked me to come by tomorrow. Ah, yeah, he fell for it. Do I really have to do this? Strip for him on. I am not stripping! Man, this is such a pain. We gotta open that door and have Madarame see it, right? Yeah, Morgana said that'll change his cognition. I don't get it. Oh, and one more thing. Let us know if any weird shit goes down and we'll be there to back you up ASAP. KK, got it.
is a reflection of how its owner views the real world. So if Madarame's cognition of reality changes, it's only natural that his palace would be affected. And all jokes aside, we really will need Lady Ann to strip for Yusuke. It's the only way.
Okay, so our plan for tomorrow is set in stone. So for now, we might as well see what we can do here. I don't think there are any books per se we can take a look at, but there is this. So, if you want to do something in LeBlanc, keep in mind that the place can still be open by the time you get back home. Customers in LeBlanc will go home after listening in on them a bit. Try doing this when you need to do activities in the cafe. So, when it comes to doing activities, we can't really do much right now other than maybe make some infiltration tools, and that's really all we can do at the moment. But as you see, there is a book on this table here. Let's listen to the conversation first. That way we can get rid of these people. Hey, we're heading out. This place is closing soon. What? But I want to watch TV. There's a special on that guy they call a Detective Prince Akechi. They're still doing news. You'll make it home in time. Besides, you can see his face anytime. That pretty boy's even been on TV a lot lately. Well, thanks for the coffee. Sometimes it may take a couple of attempts to get these people to leave. So be sure to keep this in mind. Crossword puzzles, eh? I suppose they're a good way to challenge your mind. So, when you solve a crossword puzzle, your knowledge will increase. Try to find the answer that matches both the hint and the number of spaces. Are you going to play crossword puzzles? You have other stuff to do, so don't get too into it. So when it comes to the crossword puzzles, you only have a few opportunities to play these things, and I think there is an extra quote-unquote achievement you can get for completing every single one of these. But keep in mind that they're very easily missable, and if you miss one, then no trophy for you. I mean, it's not really a PS4 trophy, so take it as you will. Let's see, can we... I guess we can finish up reading social thoughts. Why not?
Make sure your clothes up.
Insemination? It is universal, yet also a societal entity that organically... Yeah, that doesn't make any sort of sense whatsoever, but Books are weird.
Oh.
Okay. So upon finishing the book, we will gain some additional knowledge points, but again, all my social stats are maxed out, so no need to worry about that. Time for bed.
So it's you. You did use this line now that I think about it. Anyhow, what's with this sudden change in attitude? I was contacted by Takamaki-san last night. She's accepted the nude modeling proposition. That's nice, of course, but I hope you aren't conspiring anything.
We wouldn't dream of it.
I don't understand. Nevertheless, I'll call the police if you try anything. Remember that.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Stick in the Mud.
Oh, yes.
The great artist Madarame is holding an exhibition in Shibuya right now, isn't he? I've gone to see his work before, but wow, they are truly incredible. I saw some of his interviews too. He really is a charming fellow. It's rare to see a gentleman artist like him in a field known for having a lot of eccentric types. By the way, you seem far removed from the arts, Kazooie-kun.
Here's a question.
Which famous ukiyo-e artist of the Edo period is said to have moved residence over 100 times? Thank you for the answers, Thieves Network. Correct. It seems you know a thing or two after all. Yusuke had a habit of moving, but he also changed his name quite a lot, at least 30 times throughout his life. His sole interest was his art, so he stayed in poverty, wore tattered clothes, and lived in squalor. Cool.
Nice going.
What can I say? The Thieves Network is always right. Actually, Madarame's house was quite modest too. All master artists, past and present, always put their art above their fame. He steals his students' work and makes them suffer. He's no master, he's just an abusive old con man. We're gonna get him no matter what.
Well then.
Later on tonight, we'll head over to Madarame's house. Time to put our plan into action.
Morgana, we're counting on you. Me and him are banned from going there, so all we can do is wait here.
No, you two have something different you'll need to do.
What do you mean?
You have to wait inside the palace. Once that door opens, sneak in and look for some kind of control room. We need to make sure the door can't close anymore after it's open.
Oh, I get it. Okay, you can leave that to us.
To think you'd really come. I assumed you were lying when you contacted me.
I'm sorry it was so sudden.
Oh, it's not a problem. But, as I told you yesterday, Sensei will be returning in about 20 or 30 minutes. So, I'm sorry if that causes some anxiety on your part.
That's why I'm here today, damn it.
What was that?
Oh, no, it was nothing.
By the way, have you gained some weight?
I weigh the same as always. Maybe I'm bloated today.
So then, can you, get ready here?
I need to take my clothes off, right?
Yes, please.
I'm embarrassed. Could you look the other way?
Oh,
That was tight.
tight? No, I'm doing this for art.
Sure you are.
Okay. Hey, your sensei's coming back soon, right?
I believe so.
Do you think we could do this somewhere else then? A little more atmosphere would be lovely.
This should be good enough.
But wouldn't a room with a lock be a bit better?
A lock?
Must a girl say more?
But the only one with a lock is Sensei's room.
Then why not there?
I can't intrude. Besides, I don't have the key.
He says he doesn't have the key.
It's okay. That's why I'm here. I'll just use this hairpin.
Takamaki-san, are you about... You were wearing all this?
Don't you think it's cold today?
I suppose so. The sun is starting to set.
Right? That's why a change of location would be nice. I mean, I'm gonna take it all off.
True. It might make for a better picture if I can brighten my model's mood.
Uh-huh, that's right.
She may even be willing to try out various expressive poses for use in a dynamic composition.
What kind of poses?
Lady On, you have to act. Get back in character.
Let's go. I was just starting to get in the mood.
Wait, if you wander around, Sensei will...
Oh, it's so hot.
We really can't use any other room.
Hey, why not this one?
Please wait.
Oh my.
I'm counting on you, Mona.
Well, things are about to get real spicy.
Seriously gonna be able to pull this off? She was saying stuff like, I'll just seduce him with my acting, but that sounds out of her league. Plus, we ain't got one sign this place is gonna open. Isn't Madarame coming home soon? On top of that, even if Mona's able to unlock the door, how's he gonna show it to Madarame? And then even if they do show it open, any normal person would just close it right up again. Doesn't that mean we only got a few seconds to get in? To be blunt, won't it be a miracle if this works?
Let's just wait and see.
Yeah. It's almost time.
Please, can you just wait and...
What's past here?
That's...
So the door Mona mentioned is up ahead.
I keep telling you, you can't.
You're still not done?
It's hard to do this with cat paws.
Is something the matter?
Oh, so, what is this room?
It's a storage area for old paintings.
Storage. Hey, Kitagawa-kun, why don't we do it in here? I won't be embarrassed if we go somewhere nobody can find us.
Only Sensei can go in there.
Please, I want to be alone with you. Somewhere like quiet. You know, where we won't get interrupted.
Is he really going to buy that terrible act?
Stay focused.
Hmm?
Oh, it's just so frustrating that my feelings aren't getting through to you. Kitagawa-kun, do you not like girls like me?
No, that's not true.
How is that working on him?
Please, we can continue this inside.
Sure. I mean, no, we can't go in there. It's locked anyway, so...
Fine. This is too embarrassing. I'm leaving.
But...
Let's just do it in here, okay?
what do I do? I'm home. Sensei!
Yusuke?
All right, it's open.
Huh?
What are you doing there?
It's not what it looks like.
Too bad it is.
Not in there.
Too bad. You lost your machine.
Nothing's happening. I wonder what's... It's off! They seriously did it!
Stay on guard.
Oh, right. These could come back on at any second. Let's go.
Okay. Now, it's time to rush in and pray that we can shut this thing off as soon as we can. Okay, let's find the control room quick. The path's gonna close up if we dick around for too long. But it's just gonna be me and you for a bit if we run into any enemies. You good? Let's kick some tail.
Yeah!
I'm coming. I'll be counting on you. Oh, hello there, handsome. Damn it, already? Hey, what do you want to do? We have to beat it.
Hey,
Yeah. The real problem's the fact that we gotta handle this with just the two of us. Anyways, I'll leave the timing up to you, dude. And that timing is now.
Sorry.
Yo, you're gonna let us through right... You're gonna let us through right now! Hmm? Who are you? I see... That attire. You must be the thieves who dare threaten Lord Madarame. Hello there, beautiful. Ready to dance?
They got past the security system? You cannot go any further. You are trespassing on Lord Madarame's territory.
You guys ain't got nothing on us. I'm more scared of screwing up and having On yell at me. Persona!
Hey, time to get to work. Burn, baby. And say goodnight. Later, Gator. Nice.
All right.
Level up. Phew. Things real tough when it's just me and you. It'll be a pain in the ass if we get spotted again. Anyway, let's turn off that security system. Thankfully, it's pretty easy to do just that.
This is bad.
Are these the lights?
What the...
Isn't this Sayuri? Why are there so many of them?
Very good
I
question.
have no idea.
Get out!
Sensei, what is the meaning of this?
I suppose I can't keep quiet now that you've seen this. Truth be told, I'm in severe debt. I handmade these Sayuri copies and have been selling them through a special connection of mine.
Why?
The real Sayuri was stolen by one of my pupils long ago. I assume they begrudged my strictness. That moment was quite a shock for me. Since then, I've been mired in a terrible artist block. Because of this distress, some of my pupils handed their ideas over to me from time to time. I knew I couldn't keep that up, so I attempted to recreate the Sayuri a number of times. However, it resulted in nothing more than replicas. That's when someone came to buy the paintings, knowing, well, they weren't original. It's all my fault. I couldn't pay the price of being famous. As expectations for me rose, it reached a point where I had no choice but to keep making them. I needed money to further your talents. I ask that you please forgive your cowardly teacher.
Please, don't.
Hold on, something doesn't add up.
I'm with you there, On.
If the original painting got stolen, how did you make copies of it?
I happened to find a finely detailed photograph of it in an art book.
So you managed to sell copies of a photo of the original? I'm not sure how this works, but don't people who buy paintings generally have a keen eye for the fine arts?
That's a good point.
This sounds like a lie to me.
What would you know?
Something just doesn't feel right.
Lady On! This one seems different.
Sayuri.
Another one.
This is the real Sayuri. But you just said a moment ago that it was stolen.
That's a replica.
No, it's nothing of the sort. This painting kept me going. It's the reason I made it this far. Sensei, don't tell me.
It's fake. Yes, a counterfeit. I heard there was a counterfeit spreading around, so I bought it.
So you're telling me the actual artist behind the painting bought a counterfeit? That's pushing it.
You're lying, Sensei. Please, just tell us the truth.
You too? I've reported you to my private security company.
What?
I had it set up to deal with some problematic paparazzi, but I never thought it'd come in so handy.
Please, wait. Let's talk about this.
You could talk all you want to the police. That includes you, Yusuke.
Lady On, let's run!
A cat? Where did it... There's no point. They'll be here within 2 minutes.
Takamaki-san!
Well, this is getting interesting. Well, let's hurry up and get that shit shut off. Indeed, let us do just that before the worst case scenario happens. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is the room. So, which one's for the security? We're in it. Disengaging security protocol.
Alright.
Sweet! Now the lasers in the courtyard should be off for good. Well, that's mission complete. Come on, let's get out of here. Yeah, we better make a run for it, otherwise we're gonna get our butts handed to us too quick. Our butts handed to us fast. Hey, who's there?
Whoa.
Crap, let's make a run for it!
Alright.
Looks like the security's totally off. Let's get back and meet up with the others.
I hope those two managed to get away.
Oh my. Wow, nice landing. Poor Mona.
Oh. I thought I was gonna die. Hey, will you let go already? Oh no, I didn't mean to push him so hard. Are you okay? Wake up!
Who are you all?
Calm down, Kitagawa-kun. It's me.
Takamaki-san. That means you two are... I don't recall ever seeing this cat costume before, though. What is this place?
We're inside Madarame's heart.
Inside Sensei's heart? I'm sorry, Takamaki-san, but are you sure you're feeling okay?
She ain't lying. This is what that bastard truly feels. He's nothing but a greed-filled money grubber.
Enough of this rubbish!
Kitagawa-kun, didn't it cross your mind that something wasn't right about Madarame?
That's,
You may not want to believe it, but this is another reality as viewed through Madarame's eyes. This is his true nature.
this repulsive world? Just who are all of you?
I guess you could say we're a group that changes the hearts of rotten crooks.
If everything you say is true, then the sensei I know doesn't exist.
You gotta snap out of it.
Still, he has kept me safe these past 10 years. My gratitude for that won't just disappear.
You're gonna forgive him? At this rate, you'll...
Are you okay?
I'm trying to be rational about this, but my emotions are overwhelming me.
Sorry, but we don't have time to dawdle. The security level's gone through the roof. We need to get out of here at once.
Here, lean on my shoulder.
No, it's all right.
We need to get out of here. That said, we have an amateur with us now. Let's try to avoid fighting as much as possible.
Okay.
So this is inside of Sensei's heart? A vain museum such as this?
Yeah. The truth hurts, doesn't it, Yusuke? Not trying to add salt to the wound, but it's true.
This painting!
Do you recognize it? We were thinking these might be his past pupils or something.
But why are there paintings of them here?
Technically, those aren't actually paintings. They're the pupils themselves.
Madarame saw them as objects, so that's what they are in here. Oh, and, we found yours, too.
We'll talk more later. For now, let's get out of here.
This is... I don't even know anymore. Whoa, hi!
The exit is right there!
You!
Who is it? What the?
Talk about bullshit clothes. First a king, now some kind of shogun.
Welcome to the Museum of the Master Artist.
Huh? Sensei? Is that you? That attire?
Disgusting.
This is all one big lie, isn't it?
My usual ragged attire is nothing but an act. Besides a famous person living in that shack, I have another home. Under a mistress's name, of course.
This is absurd.
How naive.
If the Sayuri was stolen, why was it in the storage room? And if you had the real one, why make copies? If it's really you, Sensei, please tell me.
Foolish child, you still don't see? Painting being stolen was just a false rumor I spread. It was all a perfectly calculated staging.
What do you mean?
Let me see. How does this sound? I found the real painting, but it can't go public. You can have it for a special price, though. Ha ha! How's that for preferential treatment? Art snobs will eat it up and pay good cash at that.
He's not wrong.
No.
The value of art is purely illusion. What's the matter with providing that illusion to eager customers? Though I doubt a brat like you would ever come up with such a brilliant scheme.
You keep going on and on about money this, money that. No wonder you ended up with this disgusting museum.
You're supposed to be an artist, right? Aren't you ashamed of plagiarizing other people's work?
Art is nothing but a tool. A tool to gain money and fame. You helped me greatly as well, Yusuke.
God, pisses me off. That's your teacher.
But what about the people who believe in you? Who think you're a master artist?
I'll tell you this alone, Yusuke. If you wish to succeed in this world, I'd advise you don't rise against me. Do you believe anyone could find success with my objection holding them down?
To think I was under the care of this wretched man.
You thought I took you in out of the goodness in my heart? Plucking talented yet troubled artists allows me to find promising pupils and take their ideas. After all, it's much easier to steal the futures of children who can't fight back.
I can't believe this.
Livestock are killed for their hide and meat. This is no different, you fool.
Bull crap.
It's time that I...
You are unforgivable. It doesn't matter who you are. I won't forgive you.
So, you repay my keeping you around for all these years with ingratitude? You damn brat! Then, dispose of these thieves!
Get back!
How amusing.
Huh?
It seems the truth is stranger than fiction, huh?
Kitagawa-kun?
I wanted to believe it wasn't true. I had clouded my vision for so long. My eyes were truly blind. Blind and unable to see the true self behind this one horrible man.
Have you finally come to your senses? How foolish that you averted your eyes from the truth. A deplorable imitation indeed. Lest you part from that aspect of yourself. Let us now forge a contract. I am thou, thou art I. The world is filled with both beauty and vice. It is time you teach people which is which.
Very well. Come. Goemon! A breathtaking sight. Imitations they may be, but together they make a fine spectacle. Though the flowers of evil blossom, be it known, abominations are fated to perish!
This is impressive!
Indeed it is.
Who do you think you are? The price for your insolence will be death. Where are my guards? Kill them all!
The children who adored you as father. The prospects of your pupils. How many did you trample upon? How many dreams did you exchange for riches? No matter what it takes, I will bring you to justice!
You got this.
I am ready!
Ladies and gents, Yusuke officially awakens to his persona.
You are in the presence of Lord Madarame! On your knees, intruders!
I learned much from you, Madarame. In order to see authenticity, one must be dispassionately realistic. With Goemon by my side, I can now ascertain your true self without any reservations.
Cool. So, Yusuke's gonna be a fun person to have in our party. His persona, Goemon, specializes in ice and physical-based attacks. He's another very heavy hitter, and he, along with Ryuji, are the strongest heavy-hitting people in the entire game. So, as a result of this, you definitely want to build Yusuke to capitalize on his strengths. And honestly, he's not a bad Ryuji replacement. So, obviously, Yusuke's weapon of choice is a katana. Not only this, but his long-ranged or his gun of choice is that of an assault rifle.
We should check its affinity. Wind won't work here.
Okay, so apparently I have not found this thing's weakness yet, so the only things left to try are gun attacks, psychic, and also nuclear. So let's give this a shot. Okay, that didn't quite work. Alright. This ought to work. Or not.
Nice one. They can't land it.
It appears this thing doesn't have a weakness. Well then, that's interesting. Zap! One other thing worth mentioning here is a lot of Yusuke's skills are based on baton passing to him. So in order to fully capitalize on Yusuke's power, you do need the baton pass until he eventually is the very last person to baton pass to. Then and only then will you be able to fully unleash Yusuke's power. Which, that is very situational and also... Wow, that's kind of lame.
Yeah, nice one, Panther. Persona!
Can I put you to sleep? No, of course not. Funny enough, these bosses and even mid-bosses here, they tend to block any and all status ailments, so don't even try with those. Just an FYI.
Yusuke, you've just thrown your bright future down the drain. I'll destroy every chance you've ever had of becoming an artist. Madarame! You'll forever rue the day you dared defy me!
Get back here!
Kitagawa-kun!
Why can't I move?
Listen, you're totally drained. You can't do much even if you wanted to.
What a disgrace I am.
Come on, just listen to her.
You've known for quite some time, haven't you?
I'm no fool. Strange people have been coming by for years. And the plagiarism was an everyday affair. But who would want to admit that the man they owed their life to was doing such terrible things?
Why didn't you leave, Kitagawa-kun?
Well, he is the one who painted the Sayuri. On top of that, I owe him a great debt.
You mean 'cause he raised you?
I never knew my father. I was told my mother raised me by herself, but she died in an accident when I was 3. That's when Sensei took me in. I heard he had my mother while she was still alive.
Heard?
To be honest, I don't remember much about my mother either. I did everything I could for Sensei. I thought of him as a father. But he changed. To think he would treat the Sayuri, the very foundation of his art, like that.
A lot's happened to you, huh?
When you had mentioned plagiarism, deep down, I knew you were right. That's why I so vehemently denied you. I was simply running from the truth. I'm sorry.
No worries, man. It's cool.
Thank you. I'm grateful for the chance to face what I had been denying all this time.
You're way too serious, man. That's why you're always getting stuck in your own head. Look at me. I just go with the flow.
For real.
What are you going to do now?
I don't know.
We can't help the fact that Madarame's gone and changed. But we can change his heart. We'll make him pay for his crimes.
That reminds me, you mentioned something about that change of heart earlier.
Have you heard the rumors? The ones about the phantom thieves that steal hearts?
Don't tell me.
Oh boy.
Oh crap!
We'll talk later. We need to scram.
When did my clothes change?
You noticed this just now?
Notice that now?
Save it for after. Let's go!
Oh man. Well, kind of sucks that we couldn't make much progress today, but it is what it is.
I see. And because of that, this PE teacher's had a change of heart. Phantom thieves who steal hearts. To think they truly exist.
Is it hard to believe?
No, I believe you. There's no need for common sense to blind me after seeing a world like that. So, your plan with Madarame-sensei, with Madarame, is to force a change of heart, correct? Let me join, as a member of the Phantom Thieves.
Sure. Okay. We can use another member.
Reality sooner, this may have been avoided. I must put an end to this, for the sake of the others whose futures as artists were robbed as well. That is the most civil thing I can do for the man who was, in some manner, my father.
Civil, huh?
Sounds fine to me. We're gonna deal with Madarame anyways.
He may have a mental shutdown if we screw up. We have ways to prevent that, but they aren't fail-safe. Remember how we mentioned this on our way here?
Madarame is a man who has the art world under his thumb. He has connections to many organizations. If someone like me raises my voice, it'll only be snubbed out. We have no option but this.
Kitagawa-kun.
It's a deal then.
We have a new member in the Phantom Thieves now. I hope we get along, Yusuke.
You better not slow us down.
I'll do my best.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. I ask that you coach me well.
Oh, that reminds me. I wonder what's going on with the real Madarame. Yusuke and I were in a pretty tight situation.
Actually, I contacted him before we came here. He believes that I continued pursuing Takamaki-san. And just as you all explained, it appears he knows nothing about his shadow.
What did he say?
He was complaining to the security company how they couldn't even catch one high school girl. However, he's still furious about it, and said that he's going to take legal action against everyone.
Whoa.
Talk about being completely on guard.
And overkill.
He's acting way too desperate. Maybe he still has more secrets.
If he were to act, it'd be after the exhibit is over. Any scandal during the show would be his loss.
Right when I think the talk about being a nude model is over, this happens?
We'll have to force a change of heart before then if we're to dodge this legal action thing. Looks like our plan must be accomplished while the exhibit is still open.
By the way, what is this?
What is what?
Huh? A cat.
But it's talking.
You have a problem with that?
No, not really.
Why not?
He's just on a different wavelength than other people.
Do you wish to draw me? You better bring out the best of me in that case. Hey, don't touch me like...
I was thinking of ordering some black bean jelly.
I bet he got that idea from a black cat.
Oh! I didn't bring any money.
Never mind. He's just weird.
Good old Yusuke.
Hey,
I hope you're not up to no good. Don't forget, you're still under probation. Got that one misstep and you're finished. No good.
No.
What's wrong about changing the hearts of criminals? We're doing the right thing. Legal action. This ain't funny. That sounds problematic. If the police hear about this, they'll totally get in touch with the school. We'll get expelled for sure this time. School will be the least of our worries. We'll end up arrested. Unlawful entry, defamation. Guess that means we really can't afford to F it up this time. Yeah, from here on out is what really matters. Let's do it!
We just need to change his heart before he presses charges. Try to focus on that problem for now.
True that, Mona. True that. Okay. Well, I guess there's not really much we can do at this moment in time, other than, of course, read some more books if we so want to, or we can brew some coffee. So, let's go ahead and do that.
oh,
Looks like you're starting to get the interest in this. Hey, you're not trying to impress me, are you? Well, whatever. Alright, I'm heading out to buy some cigarettes. I love the smell of good coffee. I'm sure you do. Have you actually had it yourself, Mona?
All right.
It's actually quite tasty, depending on how it's made. The way you're drinking it makes it look delicious. Cool. Looks like you're at it again. How's it going? Here, I'll have a sip. This taste. It must be Colombian Narino.
let me explain.
The high-altitude rainy climate and soil of the Colombian mountains create a strong foundation for the high-quality coffee. Narino coffee has a creamy, vicious body that coats the mouth with fruity and nutty flavors. The flavor profile is bland. You should practice more to bring out the roast's full potential. Although, I see that you're preparing the cup the way I taught you. I'll acknowledge your hard work. I'll keep mentoring you, so keep it up. One day there will be a flavor of coffee that only you can produce. You have potential, keep training. That I will, my friend. That I will.
Well then.
Time to hit the sack. hit the sack and head back into Madarame's palace in the next possible day.
I'm so depressed.
I don't want to go to work today. You still working at the Beef Bowl place on Central Street? I thought you liked the place because the pay was good. What happened? Sure, the pay's fine, but I'm the only one there at night. The job magazine said it was fun, a fun, friendly workplace. Maybe I should just quit. Like he says, work can be pretty tiring. Absolutely true. But it's a worthwhile experience. Don't give up. Alright, what's on the agenda today? Oh, our grades are out. How'd you do? Damn, I'm dead. Hey, look at that. Look who got top score. I wonder what score I got. I'm top of the class. Hell yeah. It's amazing. Everyone's gonna have their eyes on you now. So, depending on how well you do on your exams, you'll get anywhere between 0 to 3 points of charm towards your social stats. If you make it to the top of the class, if you make it to the top of the class, you will get 3 notes towards your charm. If you make it within the top 10, I believe you get 2. If you're within the top 50%, then you get 1. Otherwise, you get nothing. And so from this point forward, we'll get additional confidant points going forward as well. At least until the next exams. We need to start inviting Yusuke to the hideout meetings now. Our fight's not over until the exhibit ends. Keep your head in the game. Indeed. And now that Yusuke technically is a part of our party, a new book should be available to rent or borrow. And that would be The Gallant Rogue. Ishikawa Goemon's tale. Experience the gut to defy those in power.
Here.
Coolio. Alright, what we got for messages? Marky. How you been since our last talk? Anything bothering you? If you got time, I'd be happy to chat with you after school. So in other words, our bond will increase soon with Marky, so that's pretty neat. Want to go to the palace today? I'll leave it to you to get everyone once you decide when to meet up. Let's see. What you doing right now? Aren't we going to the palace? You know what? Let's actually go to the palace. We can work on Dr. Marky's confidant another time.
Hey.
Yo, Banjo, what you doing today? Let's head to the metaverse. Hell yeah, man! Come on, let's meet at the hideout.
Yusuke, we still need to explain the basics to you, don't we?
Oh, you mean about the metaverse and the nav? Yeah, I guess that stuff is pretty important.
Please elaborate.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. First, the metaverse spots where we act as the Phantom Thieves are called palaces. Palaces are worlds that take form from someone's cognition. A materialization of their reality.
So do we each hold palaces within ourselves as well?
No, not just anyone will have one. It's primarily those with strong, distorted desires.
They basically gotta be criminals. Real bastards like Kamoshida or Madarame.
On the other hand, palaces can't exist within persona users. It's just impossible for them to form. Basically, your persona is the true feelings of your heart, which arise from accepting your inner shadow. Then, since you have full control over your emotions, there's no way your desires can get distorted.
So that's how it works.
Obviously. I knew that. Oh yeah,
Eh.
and we use the Metaverse Nav app on our phones to get into that world.
It's actually pretty simple. Just say a person's name, location, and distortion, then you're in.
Location?
So like, Madarame's would be shack. Then his distortion is that he thinks it's a museum.
How do you know what their palace is going to look like if you've never set foot in it before?
That part's kind of like a quiz or something. It'll probably get pretty tricky from here on out, too.
I feel as though I have a good grasp on the basic concepts. If anything arises which I fail to understand, I'll rely on those more experienced than myself.
Yeah, I got you covered, newbie.
You should probably ask Morgana if you need anything.
Thinking back to Madarame, though, I can't believe he'd consider pressing charges.
Yes, I've never seen him show such anger before. He is most likely quite serious about that.
What should we do? There's no way we'll be able to win if that happens.
He likely won't act on that threat until the final day of the exhibit, June 5th. Simply put, I doubt he would be so foolish as to taint his name with a trial during his exhibition.
Alright, so we just gotta steal Madarame's heart by then? There's no way we're gonna let him press charges. We'll show people who he really is.
So, why don't we put that plan into action now, shall we? But before we do, I'm gonna go ahead and equip Yusuke with his strongest stuff. And his strongest weapons are the Dari R, and for his weapon, or his AR, that would be the Providence HR. Or the Providence, rather. So, like I said, Yusuke's weapons of choice are that of an assault rifle. They can be anything from an M16 to a Scar H or Scar L, or maybe even an AK-47. Let's see, other assault rifles that are pretty popular besides those three. Honestly, I'm not too sure. Maybe a Craig 6? I don't think that's the real name of the weapon, but you know, Call of Duty logic. Okay, let's go ahead and give him a nice accessory, the SP Adhesive 3. Here it is. Perfect. And of course, we still have his outfit, which I believe by default he has his Outlaw's attire. Which, again, if you have the Legacy DLC installed, then you will have access to all of Yusuke's outfits. Which, again, for whatever reason, you can only wear these outfits in the metaverse. I don't know why. It's kind of dumb. Whatevs. Let's go ahead and infiltrate the palace.
I'm gonna bust loose.
Oh yeah, we haven't decided on the new recruit's code name yet.
It has to be Kitsune. You know, with that Kitsune mask and everything.
Hell yeah, that really leaves an impression.
Are you talking about me?
What do you want your name over here to be?
I'd say Da Vinci.
Nope. Well, you've got that mask like Onset, and there's that weird tail. Alright, you're Aburage.
Very well.
Wait, what?
He's agreed to it?
It's decided then. Aburage.
Nuh-uh, not happening.
Yeah, don't think so.
Do you have any ideas, Joker?
Let's see. We got Clown, Fox, and I can't think of the thing. How about Fox? Hiya! That was the worst Fox impression ever.
What do you think, Fox?
It's acceptable.
It's set then. Let's go.
By the way, we should have Joker decide who our starting lineup is from here on out.
Starting lineup? You mean the ones who'll be going in first?
Yeah. Now that Fox has joined us, it'll be harder to move around as a group. We'll stand out more too. Considering how we've operated to this point, we should have 4 starters. Anyone else can be backup.
And I guess we always gotta have our leader with us, right?
Exactly. That's why we'll have Joker choose the remaining 3.
And what should the backup do? Would it be best for them to stay outside of the palace?
No. They should come in as well, but maintain a reasonable distance from the main group. In other words, the starting lineup is the first wave of our infiltration force. Well, we'll leave the team composition to you, Joker.
Okay. Morgana pretty much explained this whole system perfectly. To change party members, speak with your teammates at the palace entrance. You can also press triangle and select stats from the main menu and change it from there. So, at this point, let's go ahead and set our party. Our party is going to be Morgana, An, and Yusuke. You can only have up to 3 additional party members join Joker at any given point. And try to leave with more than 3 and the game's going to be like, nope, the number of participants in battle is over by X number. So yeah, that's kind of dumb and unfortunate, but it is what it is. The reason why I'm bringing Yusuke along is because of 2 reasons. First off, he's the lowest level out of the entire group, so he needs the experience. And second, I believe a lot of enemies around here are weak to ice, so bringing Yusuke along as one of the starting lineup members is a pretty good idea. Also, you can change party members at any time outside of battle. You can't really do so while you're in a battle, at least not yet. More on this way later when the time is relevant. For now, we have our party set up and it's time to go. Wait, what am I doing? Why don't I just warp? I'm an idiot. Lol.
We're here.
I'm heading back in the old-fashioned way. Like a chump. Lol. Alright. Time to get back to work. Now that the laser barricade has been taken care of, now we can finally fully explore this frickin' palace from top to bottom. Sweet! The security's still down. Thanks to all my hard work. What do you mean by that? Don't worry about it. Come on, let's keep going. It was definitely something, that's for sure. Now then, before we continue, let's see if there's anything back here. I'm going to say no. There's really nothing here other than just some background decorations. Okay. Oh, nice. It's frozen. Wow, he's still not down? Wow, that's unfortunate. Ow! That actually kind of hurt. I guess that's the reason why dodging enemy attacks is super important here. Alright. Also, if you're wondering of whether or not I'm going to be showing off Yusuke's weapon of choice, I am definitely going to be doing so. Okay, I think I'm going to just go ahead and discard this. I don't really need it. I mean, sure, it boosts the effectiveness of healing skills by 50%, but really, this persona that Joker has, it's not going to be the primary healer of the party, per se. A brochure. Oh, do you think it could be another pamphlet? Let's take it with us, Joker. And that should complete the map. Ain't this pamphlet different from the one we got before? You're right, it says it's the second out of 2. Yes. Oh, and it has the rest of the map. Now we can use it to figure out where the treasure is, right? I suspect it's the innermost part of the palace. If that's the case, the most suspicious spot should be like this main hall here.
It looks like.
We will need to pass through the lounge and the gallery in order to reach it. The deeper in we go, the tighter the security's gonna be. We need to advance carefully, okay? Indeed, and we shall do just that. As you can see, this next set of rooms coming up is rather peculiar. And it's also a place where it will definitely throw you through quite a loop. Almost literally. Anywho, there are a couple of treasure chests right here that are ripe for the taking, but unfortunately we can't quite get to them. And the reason is simple.
It's a shadow.
It's not a shadow.
Joker,
Anyway, the reason why we can't get to those chests yet is because they're guarded by not only infrared lasers, but they're also caged off too. So, we'll figure it out. It feels like I might touch them accidentally. Let's be careful as we go through here, okay?
Joker, there's a chest!
I know, On. Unfortunately, we can't do much with it right now. So, let's just ignore it for now. We still have this one, though, so boop. Hello.
Hey, there's a strong-looking one over there. We've seen that kind before.
His stance conveys the notion that he is no ordinary foe.
I think the control room's behind him. He's probably guarding it to make sure nobody gets too close. However, we'll need to disarm the security if we want to ensure we have a safe infiltration route. Forcing our way through seems to be our only option.
So in other words, be prepared to fight.
Hey, are you ready to do this?
Hell yeah, let's go.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
Step aside.
You expect me to move just because you tell me to? I'm afraid you're sorely mistaken.
Okay, time to deal with the security guards in question. This is gonna be fun. So, Yusuke's weapon of choice, like I said, is an assault rifle. As far as his ultimate rifle is concerned, I'm not exactly sure what this is. It looks like a FAMAS. To be more specific, it's more like a more World War or Cold War variant of the FAMAS. In other words, it's a fully automatic version of said weapon.
It's time. Go down.
Nice! It's frozen. Time to get to work. Goodbye! Rather give Morgan the free punch. Know what I mean? Ooh. Nice level ups.
Whew, that guy was tough. I guess that's just par for the course in a palace.
It really was on a totally different level from the other enemies, though.
He dropped some sort of card.
So, at this point going forward, enemies will now have a chance of dropping skill cards. A skill card is a special type of item used to teach one of your personas a particular skill. These cards can only be used on personas Banjo, or in this case Joker, currently has in his stock. The card will be consumed upon use, so employ them wisely. Which is absolutely true, especially if you're working on the Strength Arcana.
What's this for? I've never seen anything like it.
Ain't it just some kind of loot? Come on, let's get back to exploring.
Indeed we shall. So, let's open the... Why say Opie? I don't know. Let's open the good old chesty chest. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Don't mind me, I'm kind of going crazy. It appears this is the security control room for... This is the control room for the security. Sweet, let's turn that shit off, alright? Let's turn that shit off already. Please input the password. Another one? We'll just have to look for someone who might know it. Which, thankfully, we don't have to search very far. In fact, I think there are some enemies around here who are more than willing to share with us the information. I hear the intruders already got past the Central Garden security. Yeah, I got a call earlier to change the password here too. What to? It better not be simple. Well, I was having some trouble coming up with a good one. For now, I set it to the numbers for Lord Madarame's feet. Lord Madarame's feet? What are you talking about? Let's go back on duty. There's a chance the intruders are nearby. Madarame's feet? The hell is that supposed to mean? Maybe his shoe size? Yo, Fox, you know that bastard's shoe size?
I don't know.
Unfortunately, I've never heard him mention it. Are you sure that is the proper password? Madarame's feet. What do you think that could mean? I actually have a pretty good idea. While we were passing through this room, there was actually big statue of Madarame. So, in other words, maybe if we scan the statue's feet, we'll find the actual password. We'll see. Lend me your power, dude. There's no need for that. Whatevs. I don't care. Come here.
Not bad.
Nice. I know I've yet to show off the whole negotiation thing, really, but even so. Actually, yeah, I have shown it off already. What am I talking about? I'm going crazy. I'm going cuckoo crazy. Oh, hello. We got ourselves some Jack Frost here.
So fire is its weak. Can't hit the enemy's weak spot.
Say goodbye. Funny enough, Jack Frost is a pretty famous persona. In fact, it's practically the symbol or the representation of Shin Megami Tensei as a whole. Kind of like how Pikachu is a representation of the Pokemon series in general. So, I figure I'd throw that out there. Yeah, here we are. There's something written here. Here we praise our most holy Lord Izurai Madarame, the one ray of hope in the deprived world, or in this deprived world. He stands alone at his two adept hands painted to the future. None shall ever match his excellence. He's really puffing his chest out here, ain't he? Hold on a moment. Could this be the spot of Madarame's feet that the security guard mentioned? It's at his feet. Oh, right, but isn't the password supposed to be a number of some kind? I do believe there are numbers here, though. One ray of hope stands alone, with two adept hands. None shall match him. That means the code is 1120.
Nice.
Yeah, that must be it. Sweet, let's head back and shut down the security. Coolio. That was easy. Thankfully, the whole puzzle aspect really isn't too difficult to figure out. Also, I did not mean to set that off. Hey, wait!
Yes.
Alright, let's try the password we found. Password accepted. Disengaging security protocol. Cool. Whoa, that opened all sorts of stuff. We'll definitely be able to get to more places now. Come on, let's get moving. So.
Being cautious. We need to do the same, Joker.
As I was saying, at this point now, what's really cool is that the cages are opened up, but the lasers are still engaged, so be sure to keep this in mind. Unfortunately, there's no real way we can disengage the security system at all, so it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Goodbye. All done. Level 20, hell yeah. I'll take it. By the way, there is one more thing I will mention here, and that is the new personas that I have yet to make and add to the compendium. I will try to make those off-screen, but keep them within the persona roster. I believe I really only have 1 or 2 more personas to make. Afterwards, the remaining persona will come into play much, much later in the game. So, yeah. We can't fully complete the compendium yet, but even so, it is what it is. Alright, time to move on. And why did I take the long way around? I don't know, I guess because I want to be stylish. Who knows? Anyway, this is where a lot of people will mess up, as it's not really obvious where you should go unless you activate the third eye ability and examine this, a giant painting.
This is amazing.
What a giant painting! Indeed, it bears such a bizarre texture as well. It's as though I could simply slip inside. Well, you can! Here you go! What the? You okay? My hand! It actually entered the painting! So we can go inside of it? Well, I don't see any other path for us to take. Let's give it a try. What is this, Super Mario 64? Hell yeah! How dare you trample on my tranquil bamboo garden with those grimy feet! You shall not leave you shall not leave alive! What the heck was that? We're probably just hearing Madarame's thoughts. There's no need to panic. Madarame.
Focus.
So, if you want to figure out where you need to go and navigate your way through these paintings do take place on a 2D plane, for the most part. There are some 3D aspects of certain paintings, but that won't come into play until a little bit later. But in order to figure out which path you need to take, just use the third eye ability and the blue dots will tell you, hey, go this way, you dingus.
Oh,
We're in another painting. So this space is not merely one, but a multitude of paintings. You're telling me they're all connected? Which one goes where? That we will have to continue walking to find out.
Joker.
Hey Joker, can't you spot the connections with your skills? Indeed I can. And here we are.
How foolish.
So he dares calls us thieves with who dirty his heart. The one who has sullied to the very nature of art itself has no right to accuse us of such a thing. Save your emotions for later. We have to keep moving. Oop. Alright.
Hey,
Should have known.
Okay. Well, that was easy enough. Now then. Time to continue.
Oh, this feeling. Maybe.
I'll reveal your true form.
So yeah, there is a safe room nearby, which I will be taking a look at and saving my progress in there. But first we got some vermin to take care of. Oh wow, nice. We managed to inflict Jack Frost with fear. That's neat. Too bad it doesn't matter, because everyone is dead. Lol. Oh, how I love doing that.
that was easy.
Alright, before we continue... Boop. Another button. So, pushing that button allows you access to another sort of shortcut. So if you need to get back to this place, then you can do so pretty quickly after hitting the button.
How could this be?
So many princesses were caught up in this travesty, but I will be the one to end it. So all of these paintings were actually done by Madarame's apprentices, and he still calls himself an artist. Yeah, he's an ass. But thankfully we are going to put an end to his evil reign sometime soon. Probably not today, but definitely within the next session or two. We'll see soon enough, depending on the amount of progress that we make. I mean, theoretically, I could have finished the whole palace today if I didn't focus on finishing up the entirety of the Strength Arcana, but it is what it is. Huh, more big paintings just like the ones we saw before. There's something off about these, though. Look, there are even 2 frames with no paintings at all. Why don't we go take a closer look? What's kind of hilarious is in the animation or the anime adaptation of this whole palace and jumping from painting to painting is kind of glossed over in like a matter of seconds. It's kind of sad how they don't really unleash the full potential of this place. at least in the animation. Obviously, the game does it infinitely better. Ain't this just like last time, you know, with the secret passage inside and everything? It looks like these ones are all completely different. There are even frames with no paintings at all. That is strange, but we don't have a choice. Let's go, Joker. Indeed we shall, but before we go, let's see if there's anything down here of interest. You never know, there might be an object worth looking into. Aha! As I thought. Alright. And that's really all there is down here. Not much else to say. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Alas, the world is a desert filled with laymen who cannot understand the true beauty. The slow drain of my skill is inevitable when I am surrounded by such mediocrity. So he's gonna blame the world for his decline in skill? Heh, that bastard never had any real talent to begin with.
Focus.
You never know, he may actually have more talent than you think. The gods, even their dormancy, are worshipped constantly. People gather under shrine gates, offer their money, and return home fully satisfied. Art is practically the same. In the end, it is all a matter of imagination. Huh? Even if that's true, that doesn't give you the right to be deceiving people. True that. Let's see what's over here first, but...
What?
Wait, the camel? We're back at the first freaking one? So they're not connected exactly as they seem. We'll have to keep trying until we find the right way. Okay, that seems simple enough. Hard work is not what a sapling grow thinks with green leaves. Too many young people do not see the true value in youth these days. What fools! It is truly wrong for an expert such as myself to capitalize on that youth before it wastes away. The heck? He's basically saying he's jealous of young talent. Look at me, I was turned into a cat, but I'm still fighting. Age isn't a valid excuse. Very true. Also, let's hop out of here. Beep. Ooh, a new painting appeared.
Whoa!
Look, another painting! So, passing through the one hidden route leads to the formation of another. What an elaborate ruse. It's highly likely that there is a new path through the painting. We should investigate, Joker. Indeed, so let's hop back in and get moving now, shall we? Also, you may be wondering, how do we progress? Just hold forward in front of the supposed tree, and boom, here we are. Back at the camel painting? Well, this is peculiar. Well, I think now we can take this path to lead us to the new painting. Could a ship skirt across the ocean if its crew had to constantly worry about what sea life may lie below? Art, life, water, they're all identical. The one who ascends to the summit is the victor. So he's using all these petty words, but he's basically saying people are like stepping stones. That's just what he did to all those kids. Crushed them for his art. What a piece of shit. Indeed, agreed 110%. Anywho, there are a couple of different paths we can take here, but one I think is completely blocked off. So let's try this way first. And we're back at stage 1. Wah. What else? Let's try heading down then. Aha! As I thought. Okay.
Oh,
Another painting. There are no longer any empty frames at this point. I bet there's a new path again too. Let's get in there and check it out. Unfortunately, we can't exactly return to the painting whence we came right here. Shit, we can't get back in from here. So unfortunately, we do have to go back to the very start. The very start of the first painting in order to progress. But even so, it's not that bad. There we go. Is that an octopus? It's pretty damn big. Don't you think it's safe for us to approach it? Probably not. Right, it could be a trap after all. Let's stay away from it, just to be safe. Let's try going this way. There we are. Beauty is merely a mirage. Transforming that into money is what brings about true happiness. My fine mansion, my lifestyle among the chosen few. Those things are the true art. So, running your ultiere out of a shabby rundown shack was simply an act after all. How foolish I was to have been deceived for so long. Ox. Sweet, this has got to be the end. How despicable. We have encountered so many of his paintings, yet not one did mention a love for art. These are no paintings. They are just meaningless self-acerations placed into picture frames. I'm excited to see what the change of heart alters him, or how it alters him. Now, let's hurry. Time to get moving. On to the next big thing. Okay. Boop. Okay. Anyway, one thing I will mention here is the next time I get to a safe room, I will definitely be ending today's session. Just so that way we're not going for like 200 million years. Alright, Mona. Time to wreck some face! Lend me your power, dude. Oh, you already have a... Okay. Give me that XP, boy.
Nice work, team.
Sweet.
Okay.
Alright, before we continue, there is actually one more thing we need to take care of around here. First off being you.
Let's go. I lend it. Someone finish it.
Okay.
Go down.
Later, Gator. Okay. Now, instead of, continuing, let's see if I can recruit you. Okay, that ain't gonna work. So, we're gonna break formation instead. What I'll do here is hit him with another nuclear blast of death. There we go. Also, attacking him physically is ill-advised, including shooting him with a gun. You'll just waste your turn that way.
Okay.
I could have handled that myself.
I don't think so, Yusuke.
A treasure chest.
A little late, don't you think?
I have something.
Alrighty.
Show me your true form.
Let's keep on moving now, shall we? I believe there is another safe room close by here. What's pretty nice is that safe rooms are pretty common. So, you don't have to worry too much about losing too much progress if you end up kicking the bucket somehow. Also, how the hell did that miss? That is just complete bull. Whatever. Time to burn you alive. Bye.
Just what I'd expect from you, Joker.
Alrighty. That was fun.
Okay.
A stop.
Yeah, boy. Okay. I wonder how that person heard me. Well, whatever.
Looks like it's weak against psychokinesis.
Well, that was definitely peculiar. Later.
Team.
That was actually pretty good.
Okay.
Next.
Yes. Next in line for the slaughterhouse, please. Yeah, again, I know that I can technically wreck these enemies here with Sentinel, but that would make things a little bit boring. For not only myself, but also probably for you as well. So we might as well keep things as interesting as possible, am I right? We only need to use Sentinel and also Izagami no Okumi Picaro when absolutely necessary. There's a will seed nearby. That's neat. Unfortunately, we can't quite get to it just yet. But I am very certain we're going to find a way to access it. Speak of the devil, and they shall appear. Boop! There we go. So with that, will seed number 2 is going to be ours. Let's get it now, shall we?
That's one of Madarame's will seats. And now it's one of ours.
Alright. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Good old green vanity will seed.
What is this?
Sinister looking object. It's so...
Listen up.
Okay. I'm kind of surprised that Yusuke just asked this question now, even though he just flat out said not that long ago that that is a will seed. That's exactly what it is. Still though, it's kind of weird if you ask me. I guess we're going on a little longer than expected. This is fine. Shit, what the hell is up with this place? There's so much gold, it's hurting my eyes.
For real?
The distortion is especially bad here. It's barely holding up. Plus, it's not even on our map. So we must ascertain the truth through our eyes alone. So, this is the most unique part of all of Madarame's palace. Not only this, but the most unique part of any palace in this entire game. No other place is like this at all. This whole place is navigated via a maze. And you can't exactly mark it on a map. There's nothing on the map whatsoever. So, you kind of have to go with your gut feeling when it comes to places like this. So, that's something to keep in mind. Alright, on to the next. Dead. And last one. Later.
Not bad, Fox.
All according to plan.
Yes, indeed. It was all according to plan.
Okay.
A stylish victory.
Alright, before we continue, it is still worth exploring every nook and cranny of this whole frickin' crazy messed up maze. Why? Because you never know, you may run into some treasures. Also, this is mysterious.
How could this be?
I thought I'd seen everything that there was to see in this distorted world, but to think it would conjure up such a bizarre place. So, like, which way are we supposed to go? I didn't see any other way forward, did you?
Huh?
What's this? Whoa! Part of the wall was peeling, so I pulled it off. That wasn't an actual wall. See, so it was camouflaged. We may have been trapped here for eternity had you not noticed that.
Nice
Ooh,
going.
nice work, Skull. You did it. Sure. You know, I just got lucky, right?
Listen up.
There might be more walls like this up ahead. Let's keep an eye out. And if you're not sure if the wall is really anything special, just use the third eye ability and you should be able to tell for sure. Whoa, did we just warp? It seems even the paths beyond these apertures are distorted in the same way as this room. That's interesting. Only one railway to go from this point. Let's keep moving. Whoa, what the hell is this? Looks like we got a couple of paintings here.
Hey, look at this.
Huh? Why is this painting here? It's probably some kind of illusion. We're in a palace after all. I guess the painting itself might be correct though. You say correct, but aren't they all counterfeits? Although maybe the real one's here too. I wonder. Either way, the fact that this is here might mean it's connected to the space in some way. So, in other words, in order to progress, we have to examine the quote-unquote correct version of the Sayori painting, which is displayed here and here. Here we only have two options, and the first answer is just plainly obvious. If you take a look at the painting and say that the painting is correct. No. What I mean is, if you take a look at the painting, Yusuke will ask you if the painting is real or not. If you say that it is real, and that answer turns out to be wrong, then you'll be forced into an encounter. Thankfully, I believe you can still run if it's necessary, but even so, that's something to keep in mind. This painting, is it the Sayori?
Hey.
Isn't that a fake? I mean, this is Madarame's palace. There is an obvious difference if you look closely. It shouldn't be too difficult to tell them apart. Yeah, maybe it's obvious for you. What do you think, Joker? This is definitely the real thing. That is correct. It seems you have quite the eye for detail, Joker. For real? That's amazing!
It's beautiful.
The vibrant crimson clothes, her beautiful hair, the sublime balance between subject and background. This may only be an illusion, but it is without a doubt a spitting image of the true Sayori. And upon guessing the painting correctly, a new way is opened up from one of these portals. What the? It flew away! Why don't we follow it then? You never know. It may lead to something good.
Yes.
Oh, isn't this somewhere new? Seeing past the false image has opened a path to the truth. This golden place filled with counterfeit work is a prime example of the alchemy of Madarame's brain. And here, just as in reality, he entraps those who cannot see through his lying facade. You might be right. No wonder the distortion's so strong here. Hey, so what does that mean? I think it means finding the real Sayori should break through the distortion and open a path. So, do we just gotta check all of them? Why don't we do that? Why would we do that? Let's just look for the real one, assuming we can differentiate it. So, the next Sayori painting, I believe, is hidden somewhere.
I should have known.
Okay, so not quite. Now the next set of paintings is going to be a little more difficult to decipher which one is the real Sayori. Which I believe is this one.
Hey.
I remember there being a branch alongside the Sayori.
Well.
Yes, this is the true Sayori. Maybe an illusion, but there is no mistaking its allure. Nicely done, Joker. So, as we progress through this distorted space, it will become harder and harder to decipher which of these Sayori paintings is the real one. So be sure to pay attention to all the finite details of all the different Sayori paintings that you find here. Also, one thing to keep in mind is to help differentiate which of these paintings is real. If a painting is very well hidden, then that painting is more than likely the real Sayori. So, yeah. Obviously, this one's the real one, because this was the most hidden out of all of them. All the versions on display were fakes, while the real one was hidden the whole time. Just like in reality. Where'd that shit fly off to? Only one way to find out, and that is to follow it to the ends of the earth. Which thankfully is not that hard. Ah, god damn it! What the hell's going on here? We have seen all the false images. Something must have changed somewhere. Indeed it has. And that would be this thing right here. Here we are.
Yes!
Oh, isn't this somewhere new? Just be careful, okay? The distortion is growing much stronger the deeper we go. Thanks, Mona. We'll do our best. Also, you may be wondering, that item we just got is a blank card. There's not really much we can do with it as of right now. That won't come into play until a little bit later.
Isn't that...
That is... just as I expected. Madarame.
That means...
Then, is the treasure behind him? It's kind of hard to tell from here. Let's get a closer look. Indeed, although we should be careful about going about doing so.
There it is.
Doesn't it look a bit hazy?
For the time being. Once we send the card and make Madarame aware it'll be stolen, it'll materialize like, yoo-hoo!
I wonder what form it will take.
Who knows? I bet it's something like a self-portrait.
The source of what distorted Madarame's reality this much.
So, what now? Think it's safe to say we got a route set?
We know where the treasure is, but I'm not sure that we've necessarily secured the route.
Huh? Why's that?
You must be talking about the infrared lasers surrounding it.
That, and the outer perimeter is swarming with guards. Forcing our way through will be difficult.
So we'll need to find a way to steal it, too. This is tougher than it was with Kamoshida.
We just have to make one final push. Let's check this floor.
Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult to do. But we'll worry about that next time because we are well over the 3-hour mark by 7 minutes. So I think this is a good place to stop for today anyway. As in the next session of Persona 5 Royal, we will be changing Madarame's heart, one way or another. So with that, folks, I bid you all adieu for today. This is General Snivy with the Persona 5 Royal playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, like I mentioned, we are going to be changing Madarame's heart. And hopefully it'll change for the better. Only one way to find out, and that is to tune in next time. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all next time.